Alright guys, welcome back. Today I am building a cactus farm and pretty basic. I don't really ever use tutorials unless I have to. I try to do stuff on my own so I can learn it, but this is a pretty simple design that anybody without a ton of redstone experience could understand. Uh, the basics of it are, if you put a block next to cactus, it turns into an item and then falls into the water, goes to the hoppers. Uh, you don't have to, but I put packed ice down here just to make it go a little quicker. Items go a little faster on packed ice, and so that it'll get to the hoppers a little quicker. Not that it matters a whole lot. Then down here, I will show you what I did with the hoppers. You just run the hoppers all in a chain, all the way down to a dropper, and then I will show you what I did from there. You could just have that go to a chest, or you could have a chest underneath there. If you want to make your life a little easier later and you have some extra iron, you can do this. But I had it come up to droppers, which I'm not done putting the redstone in. I did the redstone outside, so you can see. Don't worry about these two blocks yet, but this is a redstone clock here. Once I place redstone here, it'll power the redstone repeater, which will power the block, which will turn it off. So turns into a redstone clock. I'm going to put these items in here just to show, like, this is under the upper chain, and this is just easier to see it out. Then I added to the top, or then I added to it this line right here, which powers the hopper, and then I added this one here to power the top hopper. Otherwise the top would be unpowered. But here it goes. And it goes silent while it's moving them all, while none are empty, so that means it's probably all done. Yep, and that's just so you can get it to the surface. If you put a whole block here where I have the half slab, it'll lock this one closed, or it'll lock this one, and nothing will come out through there. So make sure if you do build one like this, do not put a full piece here. You want a half slab there to run that on top of. But what I'm going to do a little different from a normal redstone clock is I want to have an on-off switch for it, so that this thing isn't clicking in my world like crazy. Because we do have people's houses right here, so I want to be able to come over here, turn it on, you know, have the stuff go up, and that's it. And how you're going to go about doing that is you're going to switch this to a redstone repeater. Then it'll power the block, which will power all this once you turn the lever on. So, and then you can just shut it off once the clicking's done. We'll put the cactus back in there so you can hear. You'll be able to hear the system. So when you turn it on, it'll click a couple times, then it'll go silent. Once it starts clicking again, that means you can turn it off. That means all the items are in here, like that. You could just build it the normal way, have it run all the time, but that's just something I had extra I'm going to add in. So I'm going to finish up this redstone over here, put that whole assembly under here, and I will be right back. Alright guys, I put all the wiring in down here, moved it, you know, got finished up down here. I'll take you down here real quick to show you. The only thing different from up there that I did is that I wanted the switch to turn that on up here. So this is how I went about doing it. So you can see, nothing fancy. All really simple redstone. I just can sometimes redstone when it's in a big group of other redstone, it looks pretty messy. Also, this cactus farm, it is pretty darn quick. Just in the time frame that I put the redstone down here, it's already, you know, a stack and a half, over a stack and a half already. And on PS4, you can only have 8 players in the world at a time, and I just don't see more than 8 players needing more than that. There's a couple little hiccups. I see you get stuck once in a while. I'm not really worried about it though. If it's doing that well, let's turn it on and make sure it works. Should go quiet. Yep, it did. And then once it gets done, it should get loud. I think what I'm going to try to do with this build is make a giant cactus out of it. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I think that would be cool. I'm going to have the outside part of the building go above this row right here. It'll hide that redstone there. But let's see if it's working, and it is. So, turned out really good. Maybe I'll try to get the cactus part done and then bring you back for that. I think I'm just gonna try to make it like look like a cactus, you know, 3 tall cactus. Alright, and we're back. I think I might put a little montage together of me building it. I think it turned out pretty well. I guess we'll have to see here. It sure is putting out a lot. Just while I was finishing that roof, I emptied it out, and we're going to see how it did just on that top part. I don't think it looks too bad. It could be a hair taller, but I think it looks pretty good. Alright. Change the floor in here quick. And I think that'll be the last thing I have to do out here. Yeah, another 20 while I was up there. I won't complain about that. Do the floor black. And I think that's all, guys. I think it turned out not too bad. I'm not the most creative builder in Minecraft, but really like it. That shall be okay. See you next time, guys.